and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. I'm Natalie. I'm an intuitive card reader and an empath as well. And I'm here today to do a 5-card spread for the month of September for a general reading for the sign of Libra. The 5-card spread is using, for those of you new to the channel, my Oceanic Tarot deck, which is very fitting for Fundy Fortunes. I do live on the Bay of Fundy. It's a cove in my backyard and an island. I live right on the coast. At the end of the 5-card spread, I pull one significator from my book of tarot as well. Right now, I've put up my smudge of sage and sweetgrass. Sweetgrass grows on the property by nature, in a natural state, I should say. We don't plant it. And what I'm doing is I've smudged the cards and myself to cleanse the energies, and I'm wanting to share this with you as well. I have a fan off camera here that's running, is kind of blowing it all. There we go. There's a good smoke if I ever seen one. Alright. That's to give us some good, clean, pure energies. Okay. So I will set that right here. Nice and handy. And that'll just kind of smoke away. I'd like to say first, before I begin this reading for you, Libra, that thank you to everybody for all those that support the channel, for those that are subscribers already. Thank you for remaining. Thank you for subscribing. If you're brand new to YouTube, which a lot of you are lately, there's a little red button beneath this video window. It says subscribe. Just click on that. Subscriptions are free. You're not locked in. You can leave anytime. What it does is every time Fundy Fortunes posts anything new, you'll be alerted via your email notifications. And this is a general reading, so it may resonate with you on a personal level and it may not. If you find you want a personalized reading, I do provide that service as well. All that information is found as well down below this video window in the subscription box. Basically, you just shoot me off an email saying you'd like to have a reading, and you get a video reading just like this one here, only it's meant just for you. Okay. I'd also like to say at the beginning of the reading, before I go any further, that Mercury is going to be going retrograde on the August 30th of August until, September 22nd. If you're unfamiliar with that, you can go to my Facebook page, Fundy Fortunes. This can be found there. And I did a piece this morning, leaving a link as well to the explanation of just what happens to us all. God help us when Mercury goes retrograde. And you can find that there. It's Fundy Fortunes on Facebook. Please, you're more than welcome to join me there. Okay, so why don't we just get right into the reading here? Okay, so the 5-card spread. First card is your overall energy. Your second card is your finances and wealth. Your third card is anything pertaining to your heart, your love of family, your love of home, or romantic love. And the fourth card is your challenges for the month of September, Libra. And your fifth card is going to be your message from Spirit. And the significator comes at the end. Anything that needs to be brought to the forefront. Sometimes to enhance what the cards have already said in the Oceanic deck. Sometimes to kind of spring up little surprises that the cards didn't bring up. And it brings it to our forefront for our attention. So the first card that I picked for you in your overall energy is Justice. And she's all about balance. Okay? When this card shows up, it shows that decisions must be made. If you've acted fairly in the past, in your dealings with people, friends, and family, business, things are going to go a lot smoother for you and will be in your favor. Like legal claims, work, relationships, family matters. This card brings to the forefront the truth of any situations. If you've been in the dark, I feel nudged to tell some of you Libras, you may have felt in the dark about maybe some certain things that have been going on. And right now, things are going to come to light for you. Also, there's a healing energy that's around you right now. For anybody that's been going through some hard emotional times or even physical, there's an energy of healing around you right now. And this is a great thing for you. This card also indicates you could be weighing some options to find a way to be fair and balanced and a way forward. This card also brings vindication and truth within yourself. Also, spirit guides and angels are surrounding you right now for a lot of you, supporting you on your life's path. They're there kind of like limping you along and limping you through some spots that have been rough, and they'd be a lot more rough if they weren't surrounding you right now. They're smoothing out the edges and all the sharp corners for you. This card also advises to take a practical approach and always remain with any decisions that you have to make. Make sure that they are at this time that you're making a realistic approach with realistic decisions, basically. The keywords for this card are calm, decisions, integrity, truth, legal issues, support, and vindication. Okay, so, oh, it's so warm here. It makes me crazy. Your next card that I pulled for you, Libra, is the Knight of Wands in your house of, your placement of finances and wealth, anything to do with money flow, money earned, money projects, what you spend your money on, how you invest your money. These things will come to the forefront if spirit needs be. Okay, so Knight of Wands, and it's all about activity. Okay. The advice of this card when it shows up is to choose what will benefit you best from your work and your financial intentions. Remember to stay grounded. We can all say, if you come into a certain amount of money, all these things that you would do with it, and maybe you will come into some money. That possibility is always there. Anything in life is possible. It may be improbable for some, but not impossible. You have to remain grounded, as the first card, your energy card, indicated. Remain stable and grounded and focused. Don't go off half-cocked with a bag full of money and find later that there were many things that you should have done with it that never occurred to you because your excitement got in the way. And who could blame you, really, right? Um, this card shows that you're going to make great steps and you're going to have a lot of success in anything you encounter right now. Your keywords are energy, movement, passion, focus, balance, communication, and relationships. When you benefit, also, I feel to say for some of you that when your decisions are grounded and realistic, it benefits not just you, but you are the first one that needs to benefit before the benefit can flow downhill into other areas of your life and the people in your life as well. As long as you do this and you remain grounded, you'll make some success and you'll be successful at just about anything I would say, over the next couple of weeks that you undertake. But with Mercury going retrograde, you have to be mindful of that as well. Be very, very clear in all your communications. Try to harness the energy that's around you right now. This will give you movement, and it will spice up your passions, whatever your personal passions may be. Look for balance and communication in all your relationships. And because Mercury is going retrograde in a few short days, that means the main thing, oh, it's a pain. The main thing when Mercury goes retrograde is it messes up anything to do with communications. So you're going to have to be extra diligent in this area and speak loudly and clearly. Any instructions that you may give to somebody to carry out a task for you, an errand, a job, make them reiterate, okay, the instructions you've given them, so that you know that this other person or these people are on the same page as you are, and they clearly understand you. Also make clear there's a nudge coming. If others are doing things for you and carrying out different duties or requests, if they run into a problem, do not take it upon themselves at this time to handle it. They're to bring it to you before they make any move outside of what your instructions were. They're not to take it upon themselves to just go ahead and decide. Okay, So the third card that I drew for you is about your love, your hearth, your home, your family, and your romantic relationships. It is the Queen of Wands, and she is all about passion, and she picked the right spot to fall in. All about love. Okay. When the Queen appears, she is passionate and talkative and dynamic, and she leads by example. She asks for others to fulfill their potential. She speaks from the heart. Communication is vital. She finds closed off people, um, um, people that are closed off from their emotions, very, very frustrating. Should this woman appear to be somebody, an actual person in your life, you are going to, oh, there's a nudge. You're very, very strongly going to have to let your emotions back up whatever it is that you're saying. She finds it very frustrating if you're one of these people that never shows emotions and they keep everything in check and they remain factual and all full of the basics of life. And we don't do that. We don't laugh out loud and we don't put frowns on our faces and we don't become. She can't stand that. You'll have problems with her if she finds that you are behaving that way, if that's what you're putting out, because she knows better. She can see beneath the surface. She sees your passions. She sees you're already passionate. So why are you doing this? Don't do that, Libra. Okay? Um, she also indicates that this is a good time to honor your talents, and with that comes passion as well. The advice of this card is to follow your intuition to make the best decisions in relationships and work projects. So follow your intuition and your wisdom, your gut feelings, um, and that way you will make the best decisions. Sometimes this is the you card. So if this is you, you could end up having to deal with people that are kind of closed off and they have a wall up, and you'll find that that's very, very frustrating. Um, the keywords for this card are leadership, creativity, intuition, strength, relationships, and integrity. One of my favorite words in the English language because it means so much. Integrity. Integrity shows that you stand behind your decisions. You stand behind what your undertakings are. You stand behind your beliefs. You're not wishy-washy. If you are one way in a certain way, you remain that way. There's none of this, back and forth or agreeing with other people for the sake of agreeing or letting people hear what you think they want to hear. You need there's the nudge. You need at this time, Libra, to stand up for the courage of your convictions. Um, just a stupid example. If you're not a meat eater, and you're invited to somebody's home and they've laid out a spread of beef and pork and chicken and pretty much any kind of meat you can think of, and you're not, don't sit there and start eating meat because you're worried about offending somebody. A really good host always checks those things out, what people like to have, what they like to eat. Some people won't touch pork, like myself. I stopped eating it about 5 months ago, and it was funny. Came from the right place. The intentions were good. I had company. They came. They had been traveling on the road all day, doing a lot of things, so they brought some pork. They figured, if I had the rest of the fixing, potatoes and vegetables, they brought the pork, and that's what they brought. While everybody else chowed down on pork and potatoes and carrots and all that good stuff, I chowed down on potatoes and carrots. I would not touch the pork. Um, Nobody was offended by that. Nobody was hurt by that. And that's what I mean by the courage of your convictions. You're not out to offend anybody. But other people, don't worry about it. They'll get over it. You have to stand behind what your beliefs are. Um, the advice of this card, follow your intuition to make the best decision in relationships and work projects. Yes. Some of you, I feel, are about to. This hasn't happened yet. This is for a couple of you. You're about to be approached, and somebody's going to put you or ask and request that you take on a position of leadership. For what? The card's not showing me that, and neither is my intuition at this moment. Um, Whatever the leadership is, it could be about creative projects. Maintain any strength that you have. and build on your strength in your relationships. Ensure that they're as solid as you feel that they are, but it doesn't hurt to double check that. Um, Love and romance for most of you right now is going rather smoothly, but that doesn't mean you can let your guard down. Just to throw that in there as well. Okay. So your fourth card is your challenges for the month of September, Libra, and this is Judgment. And this is all about self-reflection. Okay. When this card turns up in your reading, it is time to revisit the past and take some stock from the past before moving on. In other words, you need to go back and put your feelers out and feel for any mistakes that you may have made in the past, for double checking on information as well. This comes to the forefront. You may find your subconscious level, not subconscious, but that space between the past and the present in hopes for the future. You may find yourself musing over happy times, reliving happy memories. For some of you, Libra, this is going to be a good place to be in that moment. You can release yourself from the now for a little bit and go into that to bring forth all the good energies that the happy memories left you with. You may also come across some unfinished business. Things that you thought you had tied up. I don't know why I'm laughing, but the spirit is kind of giggling about that. Um, you'll be almost like panic stricken, like, oh my God, I forgot all about that. Oh my heavens, oh my goodness. You know, and the look of shock on your face, I suppose that's what's amusing. Um, you may find yourself in relation to that, Libra, of actually visiting with somebody and going back to that moment in the past um, to find answers that will fill questions that you have for today and tomorrow. Some things that you weren't sure about. For some of you, just getting the nudge to say, for some of you, there will be a relationship that ended very strangely without explanation. And you're going back to find out through somebody else what actually happened, what went on, why did it happen. The answers are out there now. It's been a long, long time, and you're going to find out why. And you, for some reason, were holding yourself partially responsible for what went wrong, and it turns out it had nothing to do with you at all. This other person just kind of had to remove themselves from the relationship with you for their own reasons, reasons that you weren't privileged to know about. But now you are. For some of you, you walked away and you're wondering and you're thinking, did I do the right thing? Yes, you did do the right thing. The card is saying yes. Another meaning in this card is a spiritual connection that's linking with those of the spirit guides, the angels, and loved ones as well are around you right now. People that have passed on are keeping a close eye on you and spiritually there for emotional support for you. Some of you, a few of you, are thinking about giving someone from your past a second chance. You're afraid to take that step forward, but here's the thing, don't be so hard on yourself. Keywords are contemplation, self-judgment, guilt, second chances, spirituality, and memories. It's a very emotional card. Your challenge is to stop being so hard on yourself. Go into the past. As much as it may sting a little bit, go back to that moment that's been haunting you. You've not been you've not been losing sleep over this. It's one of these memories that certain things will jar the memory. Maybe if you're at the beach, it brings back a memory. Maybe if you're you went to a boutique one time with this person and you revisit the boutique, and without knowing and forgetting, you go in and all of a sudden the smells in the boutique bring you back to that time. You're going to have to deal with that in some way. Back to the person that walked away and ended the relationship and you didn't know why. So you took a walk. You basically said, all right, I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling kind of hurt. So I'm just going to take myself out of the situation and I'm just going to walk. And you're wondering if you did the right thing. You will get the answer to that. And the answer already is yes, but go and investigate that for yourself. There's a few challenges there. There's nothing serious. The last card in the Oceanic Tarot reading is from Spirit. Message from Spirit. Oh, that fan. Sorry. Makes my nose itch. It's the Knight of Swords. And he's all about drama. Okay, when this card comes up, it is action-driven. There's a whirlwind of drama, Spirit says. Confrontations, unexpected blocks in relationships. You may run into arguments. There's a situation that could pop up for a few of you. You could have a fight on your hands, but you cannot avoid the upheavals that it will bring. On the upside, you'll know exactly what and whom you're dealing with. The advice of this card is try to avoid any drama. Don't take a setback personally. There's something that's going to be going on for some of you Libras. If a setback comes to you, and if there's some kind of a struggle or some kind of a fight, just remember, for some reason, a nudge is there to tell you that this is not your fight. This is not your fight. You're just kind of on the sidelines. You can get easily pulled into it, and you may find yourself having to defend yourself. Yes, you will find yourself having to defend yourself, but in the end, this is not your fight. Somebody is maybe wanting you to take sides, and you're not comfortable with that. You don't have to do that. The key words are stress, unstoppable force, manipulation, immaturity, and instability. Okay, so these are things that Spirit is telling you that could be surrounding you, that could be coming up to the forefront, and you're like, I don't know what's going on here. I had nothing to do with this. What is this all about? Why am I being hauled into this? You need to stand your ground. You don't let the stress get under your skin. Spirit says don't let that happen because this is not your fight. You may have to speak for somebody that cannot speak for themselves, and you may have to defend that person, and that's where you get involved in the situation because you feel compelled. I'm going to speak up for this person that's not here to speak for themselves or to defend themselves, but yet you know what's going on this end of on this end of things, which pulls you front and center into an uncomfortable situation. But stand your ground. Try to avoid as much drama as possible. Keep your integrity about you. Stand strong and tall. Don't give in to the emotionality of the situation where somebody's voice is being raised. Here's the funny thing about people like that: the calmer you are, the higher they jump, the louder they get. You'll be seen by others that are viewing this, and there'll be others will witness this takedown, and you'll gain the respect of everybody that's watching this, and they'll see that you're a class act and you're solid as a rock. That's a good thing. Significator. What I pulled. Judgment. From Tarot. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if there's a reverse on that or not because it did come up reverse, but let's Oh, I should have looked it up and marked it. It would have saved time. We're not doing bad, though, for time. Camera only records up to an hour. We're only at 25 minutes. That's not bad. Where's my judgment? There we go. Okay. There is a meaning for it upside down. Reverse. The reverse is transient success, but there will be loss and there will be delay. Right off the nudge that I feel for you. Anything that you have moving along right now, the delays will come. Due to the delays in any projects or undertakings you have right now, they're transient. They are moving slower than what you thought. Not as things are still on the path. They're on that trail, but it's doing this a little bit. It's kind of veering here, there, and it's slowing things down. You will lose some time on it. There will be delays, but in the bigger picture right now, and this could be very well due to Mercury going retrograde. This could very well be the problem that's going on here. I feel to tell some of you that it's interfering and it's starting to make a mess of things, and this, you're almost gripped with fear. This is a tightrope. This is something you have worked and waited a long, long time for. And now all these little things are popping up along the way. Just when you thought the flow was going to be going, straightforward, dead center, it doesn't. It doesn't mean you're not going to get there. Loss of time and some delays could be more of a mental problem. It's the way your head is handling these delays. You got to keep calm, okay? You're going to get there. It's going to finish. It's going to be completed. Any loss along the way is not going to be big. You find anyway with most projects and things that are transient, things that have to move and grow, when you get to your final destination, you find, well, maybe it was a bit of an overkill and you got to trim some of the fat off anyway. This could be the loss. So that's not a bad thing. Libra, not a bad reading. My warning to you and to every other sign, myself included, you got to watch out for Mercury. That's August 30th to September the 22nd. I'm not really big on, I love astrology. I read my sign every day. I have 2 or 3 different favorite ones that I go to. But I'm not educated in the astrology part of things. I'm all about tarot. I love astronomy though, and I was an amateur astronomer for a while, but that's a whole different kettle. But the thing is Mercury, he goes after everybody. Okay? If Mercury's female, it's female with a B, if you know what I mean. Try to keep the channel clean. Put your crash helmets on, your safety belts on, and hope to avoid and do a lot of dipping and diving. Communications, and that goes for electronics, anything like that. Listen, if you go to Bay of Fundy Fortunes on Facebook, I explain that and put the link in there to just one article on Mercury going retrograde. Um, um, they say it better than I do, but I've got a blurb on there as well. Just because I felt nudged and my intuition was saying you have to bring this, put it out there for everybody's attention right now. Not everyone will pay attention to it, but there are a few. And that's all that matters, is that those that will are getting the message. I've seen Mercury going retrograde. I've seen where my webcam went down on me for absolutely no reason. My phone stopped working. My TV went down. I lost my satellite signal. All these commutative things were everything was just a jumbled up mess. It's like everything, but took everything in my life as far as communications went, just mashed it all, and messed it up. And I couldn't make hide nor tails of anything that was going on around me. And after about a week or so, things let up, and everything started coming back to normal, like nothing had ever happened. That's Mercury at its finest. Mercury going retrograde also doesn't mean it goes backwards. The elliptical line that the planets follow, we all seem to tend to think it's like a circle. It's not a circle. It's more of an oval shape. So Mercury's, going along and coming up to one end of that line, And as it's taking the turn to get around the bend, it starts to, it starts to do this a bit. And it looks like it's going backwards, but essentially it is not going backwards. It does slow down. So again, slowing down with communications, it just messes everything up. Anyway, Libra, I'm going to stop for now. We're into 30 minutes. And we'll get this posted as soon as I can get it out. I was going to wait, and I was going to release all the videos all of the same day at the same time, but I can't do that with Mercury going retrograde, and I'm a couple of days behind now as it is. So everybody gets a fair chance to keep their head above the water. Look behind you, watch back, Jack, what's going on behind you, and keep a sharp eye for what's ahead of you and around you so that you can stay ahead of these communication problems. Just be very, very clear. I can't stress that enough. That's the biggest nudge I've had here today. When it comes to communications, be very, very clear in what you expect and what you want. You do that and all should be fine because you're taking your safety precautions, right? So there's the thing. So for now, Libra, I'm going to say goodbye, and I wish you the best month of September. It's a beautiful month. I'm going to be doing mid-month readings as well. So if you haven't subscribed, please, please do. It's always free, as I said. And if you'd like a private reading, you know how to get a hold of me. That's all down below as well. I thank you very much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed your visit, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.